So we've made it to another segment in this trash documentary. This one, of course, features your favorite uncapped pyramid at the bottom and dabbles into the subject of the California wildfires. Quick little backstory on this. He'll probably talk about it, but I'll do it better. Is apparently there was a string of wildfires all throughout Southern California. I think all throughout California in general, Northern and Southern California. And there are some topics floating around that have to do with energy weapons being tested, insurance fraud, burning down these houses, or even their the government, the California government, trying to implement like a tram style railway, burning down all the, the the plans that they have to build these railways. So essentially, all that land that was burned, destroyed, all those houses, all those people, rather than acquiring it via, I think it's eminent domain, they're just going to burn the people out and then build their railways throughout this land. So I don't know if Shane Dawson is going to talk about that or if he's just going to rant about how things are burning and we need to donate to these fraudulent GoFundMe's that I noticed in the previous uh, section of this documentary. Let's see.
Raging flames.
All right, let's talk about the Woolsey fire.
The hillside, it's just an eerie sight to see.
On November 8th, 2018, the Woolsey fire began to spread.
Wow. Jesus.
It really seems like we're chasing it. It moves so fast, so aggressive, and the fire behavior is just so intense.
It lasted 13 days and destroyed over 1,600 buildings and almost 100,000 acres of land.
This is terrible. This is apocalyptic.
And then Barry, oh my gosh, if you head over, all the way over past this truck.
Of course, you got CBS and they're all seeing eye here. Now, I think that this is maybe to promote like a hell on earth type scenario. It's almost like they're flaunting their power with this. Regardless of what is going on here, if it's just a natural wildfire, which I highly doubt, there's definitely some behind the scenes symbolism going on with this. And of course, you got the 54 degrees. That's a 9 right there. And then another 9. So 5 plus 2 plus 2. There it is. So you got all kinds of like symbolism going on here with the numerology.
Hit their flames. I mean, see how dangerously close that they are coming to.
3 people's lives were lost, and over 300,000 people were evacuated during that time.
Hello!
You got a lot of threes going on there.
It is November 9th. We are currently getting ready for an evacuation.
Let's go. Those houses are on.
November 9th, 11/9. They're going crazy with this numerology here. But all that aside, I know a lot of people don't believe in numerology. They say you can make anything numeric, I guess, or connect with numerology. But just know this, when the elite are putting information out there will always be numerology associated. So in this case, I can say 100% this is pre-planned and intentional. Now, if your birthday, I don't know, let's say you were born on March 9th, 1993, that doesn't mean that you're a secret Illuminati agent or anything like that. That is mere coincidence because you had no control over that event. You're not associated with the mainstream media, I assume, and you're not influencing anybody to do anything behind the scenes or on YouTube or on television or something like that. You're just your regular stand-up guy or girl. But let's just say a celebrity comes forward, says their favorite number is 13, and they see the number 13 everywhere, and they have it tattooed on their body, and they have a whole bunch of all-seeing eyes on their body, butterflies and pyramid tattoos. That's not merely a coincidence. Let's get back to it.
Oh my god, please God. Holy shit, you guys, we're leaving. We had to wear masks because, oh my god, look at that. Oh my god, okay, we're leaving.
Very apocalyptic.
It's okay. We're okay for right now.
And notice how they keep bringing up that apocalyptic theme, that biblical theme. They keep saying it. Like the people in the videos are actually saying this is apocalyptic, this is hellish. Those aren't that's not everyday vocabulary, so that's weird. Makes me think that these videos are 100% put in place.
Home for me for a few reasons. On November 8th, me and Ryland were also moving into our new house, and a few hours later, we were told to evacuate because a fire was heading toward us.
The movers leave, and we find out that we have to evacuate literally the second we finished moving in.
So
It's jumping.
They're blocking the freeway right now. You can see.
For that 13-day period, the Woolsey fire was my life. What's gonna happen next? Like my mom, my brother, all these
13 days.
all lived
We were just talking
very
about
close
that
to
number.
this fire. All I did was watch fire footage and fire maps and watch the news 24 hours a day. I was literally tracking the fire every second.
Now to the latest on the Woolsey fire. It is
This
now
home at the corner is burned, and the home next door is burning as well.
And I still have so many questions, and there's so many things that don't make sense.
It was crazy, and I know we're fortunate enough to be sitting under the house that's still standing, and so many people are not. It's so hard to understand.
But before we get into the theories, I just have to remind you, this was a very real event. A lot of people lost their homes, some people lost their lives.
Heartbroken. It's really hard for me even to continue talking because I cannot imagine coming home and seeing everything you have gone like this.
And when you go into the houses as well, it's
Like I said, this is a very real event. Just out of curiosity, I wonder if this guy thinks certain other events were 100% real and passed them off as real, even though they obviously weren't. Of course, I'm not going to put any crazy ideas in your head. I'm just going to say that maybe you might need to look into certain things that are being put out in the news, especially things that are airing 24 hours a day with the intent on brainwashing you.
really, really sad. I mean, everything's just blacked out, and there's water
Wait, that guy's name was Guy Blues?
pouring down, and you just see chairs and photographs and.
Squeeze your loved ones tonight, because in a moment's notice things can change.
I think just the sense of it being our home. Just the memories that we built.
What is this on her? Is this like a third eye thing that she's going for right here? Wait, what is this?
And to put in perspective, I wanted to go to some of the areas that were affected, just to show what it looks like, show how real it is, and just see it in real life. And it was devastating.
Now, I don't know if this guy has done 9/11 conspiracy theories, but just because the land, or just because the area that you go to shows evidence of it being burned, doesn't mean people actually died, and doesn't mean that people lost their homes and all this stuff. Notice how these were only done in areas some people would argue that were not populated to begin with. Then they made, or the houses were built literally just to burn down to pass this off as real, to make the area less desirable to live in, therefore making ways for their railway system that I've been talking about before. Maybe connect everyone together. You have your one world order type scenario on a smaller scale, of course, in the US. Connect the entire US together, get rid of the state system, then connect countries together. We're already talking open borders. People are arguing, should the borders be open, should they be closed? I highly doubt that the borders will be closed for the rest of time, if you want to even say that. So be prepared for that. We're going to have open borders continentally, then eventually open borders globally, and the globalists will win, unfortunately, because there are people like you that don't believe what I'm saying, and there are people like you that are good enough to actually believe what I'm saying, but not try to do anything about it, because you know that you can't. You know that the people that dislike this video, or the people who leave nasty comments, eventually there's going to be a time where the government just declares any kind of what they deem misinformation or hate speech or fake news to be illegal and a crime punishable by death. Then citizens will be given the right to open fire on anybody who spreads, like I said, fake news, hate speech, misinformation, etc. we're going to have a real life purge scenario. So if I were to go out in the streets or even say it on YouTube, show my face ever, which my face is featured in previous videos if you want to know what I look like, or on my Twitter at Upward Ninja, a little plug there. Anybody who speaks out against the government or speaks out against certain things that are happening on television can be literally shot down dead in the streets, and that will probably happen. So the censorship is in full force now, and it'll only get worse from here. But going back to my main point, like he said, if he's going to these areas and showing the destruction, showing the burned down cities, showing all of this, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's 100% real. Well, at least the way the news presented it. Obviously, the place is actually burned down, just like obviously the Twin Towers were taken down. Just the methods that were used to destroy them are, let's just say they are debated. It's debatable if the true story is actually what happened. I have to say that for legal reasons, obviously. If I say 100% facts that it's not what they said, channel might just disappear. You know what I'm saying here.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's the exit off Las Virgenes. That's not a gated community.
So we are going down Las Virgenes, which is one of the main roads that was affected by the fire. The whole thing was closed off for a week. I haven't seen any of this stuff in person yet. No.
Is that all burned? Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, this is a perfect example of telling, not showing the audience. So notice how he's trying to basically program the audience to think that this was burned so badly that it's uninhabitable land, kind of like what I was saying before. And that conversation, the first part of it seemed so fake. I haven't been here in person. Have you? The other guy replies, no. And then there's a weird edit right there where it just cuts away, the music gets louder, and then they're driving through this area. This is just so disgustingly pre-planned. I almost can't even fathom it. People wonder why I did this in parts and not just one long video. Yeah, the one long video is kind of annoying to watch. Most people wouldn't want to sit down and do that, like a 3-hour breakdown. But I had to take breaks from this because it was so stupid.
All of this was green, like 2 weeks ago. Oh my god, the rainbow. Wait, oh fuck, can you see it? Can you see it? That's crazy. That's a mountain that's like black in the fire, and look at the rainbow.
It magically stopped raining right now.
That's crazy.
Wow, can you smell the air quality right here?
Yeah, what is going on?
Immediately got really bad.
I have a friend whose whole neighborhood is gone, like all the houses on his street except for his, which is crazy. But he can't even move back yet because they have to do a whole clearing out the neighborhood and testing the air and making sure it's safe, and it's gonna take him weeks. So he just has to wait. Imagine living in a neighborhood that all the houses are gone except for yours. That's so scary.
Mind-boggling.
So how does that happen? How does every house on the street catch fire except for one? What does that mean? He wasn't protecting it. He wasn't hosing it down. It just didn't light. This is what I was telling you. My dog was off
Why are they being so extra here? It's just bad acting at its finest. I'm sorry I've been sitting here quiet, but there's really been nothing to do. This whole documentary, this segment is just boring and could have easily been edited out. I gotta mute them and just talk over it, because hope you guys, I don't want you guys to just run away and say, this guy's just watching it straight up. He's not even saying anything. You know what? I'm not even gonna say it.
I like feel not even right being here.
How? Can we park? Is that like?
I don't know.
I don't want people
like, I don't know
to
if
be mad, but like,
neighbors
this is like, how? Oh my god.
It's so crazy because like, look at this house across the street that's just not even touched.
Not even touched.
But then 10 feet away is
that. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, there's people. Oh, I feel bad. I feel bad. I want to see like close up though. I want to see it.
Okay, I can't go on any longer. But why is this dude built like that? Like, is Shane Dawson a tranny? Just curious here, because I've been looking into transvestigations. That's probably one of the newest quote unquote conspiracy theories that I've been looking into. And I haven't seen one on Shane Dawson, but this dude has like the body of like a 47-year-old soccer mom. I don't get it. Like, I've never seen a dude that has like that high percentage of body fat but doesn't look like morbidly obese at the same time. Like, he has a lot of fat around his hips, his stomach, but at the same time he has really narrow, thin shoulders here. So this video weirdly turned into a Shane Dawson transvestigation, because this is just fluff for the video at this point. And like I said before, apologies for just kind of sitting there and watching the video. This is all live. I only do one take. You know how I do it. I only need one take at this point, but you guys might be getting bored of just sitting there watching their video, probably thinking I've seen this before. I wanted to give it time to kind of, oh, let's pause it because it seems like he's going into something else. But I wanted to give the actual video time to kind of marinate, if that makes any sense. I want people to watch the video on their own, and then if they have any interest in an opposite point of view or what people are thinking about the documentary, maybe you could come to my videos or my channel after that. So I didn't want to have my video get buried basically underneath all the pointless reaction videos or Shane Dawson's video itself. I wanted to actually put out a decent quality product breaking this down and have people to see it. Okay, so I don't know how he got onto this, but he's on a completely different topic. Or maybe this might be the same topic. Maybe he might be like, George Clooney lived in this neighborhood. I'm so sad.
Celebrities, like, this is like a normal neighborhood. This is like
the vast majority of
Okay, he actually said the exact opposite. He said, this isn't a neighborhood with celebrities, which is weird because celebrities are normal people. But he's like, this isn't a neighborhood with celebrities. This is just a regular neighborhood with normal people. I hate this celebrity worship nonsense.
people affected are regular folks.
The average working person, you know.
What does that mean? Are you mentally retarded, sir?
Like,
and if you want to add me on Steam, because I just had a Steam notification pop up. My Steam name is, you guessed it, Upward Ninja. I play all kinds of games. I'm pretty much a real gamer, can adapt, so I don't really have limitations. But I just saw somebody popped up and is playing Dead by Daylight. So go ahead and add me if you want to play that game or hundreds and hundreds of other games that I own and have mastered.
so do we know how these fires started? Have they said, like...
It was like a power plant or something.
In the meantime, we're learning a little bit more about the fire up in the north, and it may have been sparked by an electrical malfunction.
Where one of their machines supposedly sparked and the winds just picked it up and escalated it, but that's just...
No, do a quick pause here. Actually, I'll let the video play and just mute them because we need to get through this, but what they're doing is just pointless. He was talking about a power grid exploding or a malfunction or something like that. And it's funny that he'd mentioned that because the Department of Homeland Security put out a statement maybe a couple of months ago saying that the average United States citizen is not prepared to go, I want to say 3 to 6 months without power. They claim that a power grid may go out, taking out all power in the United States for around 6 months. If it's structural damage to the power grid itself, it can go out for, they said, 12 to 15 months. So me, being the genius that I am, instantly recognize this as a little bit of social conditioning or predictive programming. So don't be surprised if a massive power grid goes out, knocking down all emergency services, all electricity, all ways to get gasoline, things for your car, even luxury items taken out for a year. Uh, Now, obviously, this isn't going to come, tomorrow. This isn't going to come in a couple of days, but it will come in the near future. I can guarantee that. And that goes back to what I said before about the real life purge situation. No movie is a coincidence, especially if it's popular. They all have some kind of agenda, some kind of narrative that they're pushing. So just be prepared for that horror. Okay, let's get back in the video and see what they're on about. The kids are all dead. Oh, the kids' park is burned down. Jeez. There were kids that used to come here. Oh, pulling your heartstrings. This is pathetic. Oh my goodness. They're making me want to make a documentary because at least I know I put more time and effort into it. Stay positive. Oh, look at that. It's a modern day Holocaust. Oh, to be continued. Oh, they want to bring you in for more because they obviously couldn't have cut down that segment that had 99% filler. Oh no. Shane Dawson's a hero because he's bringing these people's story to the mainstream and not doing it for money at all. I think this is where I'm gonna end the video too because I'm so sad of seeing that this video's over. But be sure to donate to me, donate to these fake GoFundMe's that will go in the pockets of the corrupt individuals that probably started these fires. Oh no. Oh.